Hey, what's up? How are you guys doing today? This is Dawnna St. Louis, and I am here in absolutely beautiful Woodstock, New York, where, that Woodstock, that infamous Woodstock happened. And, of course, everybody came out here. I just watched, actually, this documentary and this movie about Woodstock. Hey, what's up, Lisa? What's up, Michael? How are you guys doing? What's up, fam? I just watched this documentary about Woodstock and just how the whole thing was a series of fortunate and somewhat unfortunate events that caused Woodstock to happen. And so now I'm here in Woodstock, New York. I'm staying on this absolutely beautiful and secluded property. I'm going to see Hair the musical this evening, so I'm doing the whole thing. I actually have glitters all on my eyeballs, my hair is purple today, so we're changing up colors, getting in the Woodstock vibe. And what you see behind me is my cabin. That's my car. The car didn't come with the cabin, but that's the cabin that I'm going to be staying at. And just a few minutes ago, I was down by the stream, and over by the stream, there was actually this deer, and just let me walk right up to it. I probably got within about 5 feet of it. Then he was like, tired of you. You're getting a little too close. I'm going to need you to back off. It's just absolutely gorgeous. I'm going to walk down here so you guys can see it. But today I want to talk a little bit about business slumps, right? Because we get into these business slumps and we can't get out. We can't figure out what's the thing that we're supposed to be doing. We can't figure out all the things that we're supposed to be doing. We really, really get stuck. And so how do we get unstuck? So this is the cabin that I'm staying in. And this is, just to give you an idea, this is the stream behind the cabin. Right, so this is going to be my view for a couple of days. Sometimes I have to get re-energized, and this is how I re-energize myself, by coming out, getting away, and just taking in nature. So this is the stream behind the cabin that I'm staying in Woodstock. Just really gorgeous. The cabin itself is gorgeous. And check it out. They have an actual wood swing here. A little. Now, I would give it a shot, but I'm almost sure that this ass would end up on that ground. So we're not going to do that. We're going to say it's cute. I might do one of those pictures where I pose by lifting my butt up and taking a picture so it looks like I'm sitting on it. But we're not going to take those kind of chances with my life today. I got shit to do. Anyway, I got clients to serve. I can't be hobbled up because I decided to sit my butt on a wooden swing when I know that wood was not going to hold this butt. Anyway, I want to talk to you guys a little bit about that slump, right? I was in a slump. I probably hit that slump around May, late May, got re-energized when I did the high profit zone retreat, and then got re-slumped again, then just went to the NSA conference and got re-energized. But there was something causing the slump, and so what I want to talk a little bit to you about is how we get in those slumps. We can't figure out how to get out of them. And so I really want to talk about, I'm going to just put my phone up so we can sit and talk. So how do you get out of that slump once you find yourself caught in it? What causes that slump in the first place? How do we correct that problem? And it does happen. It happens to all of us. We all get caught in it. And let's talk about it. Let's have a real conversation and let's talk about how to get out of it. I'm going to actually move this because the lighting is so bad. I don't think you can actually see me that well. Anyway, so let's talk about how to get out of it and what do we need to do to get out of it. So here we go. I got in a slump a couple of months ago, and I actually had a conversation with someone, and they were really, really helpful in literally just helping me figure this out, really understanding why I was stuck. And what that slump looked like was I wasn't motivated. And that lack of motivation caused me not to want to do sales, caused me not to want to do any live streams, caused me not to want to reach out and connect. I would get energized when I would get on the phone with one of my high profit zone family members and I would coach them. But then beyond that, I would have no motivation to do all the things that I'm supposed to do. And while part of our motivation is wanting to serve, wanting to help people get into a better place in their life, wanting to help people do better with their business, right? You know, most of us who are out here are consultants and coaches. We have this strong desire to really help people do better. Sorry that I'm moving around so much. I'm just trying to get this better. Here we go. So we really want to help people do better in their life, do better in their business, just get things to where they're supposed to be. And we get stuck. We don't know, you know, what's going on with us and why isn't this desire to serve enough to keep us driven? Have you guys ever, am I the only one who's experienced this? Who's like, it's not just about the money. It's not just about the clients. I still feel like I'm in a slump. You know, and people, and by the way, people go, but if you're making the money, everything else is fine. Not really. And what I'll explain to you is why that happened. So there's this point where you do all the things, right? You're like, I figured out what my value proposition is. I've identified my ideal client. I'm closing the deals. I'm making the money. I'm putting money in the bank. I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to be doing. And business is going well. So why aren't I driven and motivated and happy? Why isn't that next deal enough to keep me going? And here's the reason. Because quite honestly, once the money is in the bank, and once you've closed the deals, and once you can pay your bills, and once you can do some of the extra things, there is this one thing that if you don't have it front and center, if you don't have it right in front of you, that one thing, it will keep you from being motivated. And that one thing is your why. Now, this is important to understand because people use vision boards in the wrong way. So the way they use vision boards is they go, so what I want you to do is I want you to take pictures and cut them out from magazines and put on this board all the things that you want, right? And so then they do things like putting pictures of Oprah's house and Oprah's car and Oprah's friends, Oprah's wardrobe, you know, Oprah's stock and Weight Watchers, right? Like they put all those things on their board, right? They put all that stuff out there. And, you know, you see a vision board of basically, you know, everything except for Oprah. Then they take a picture of them and they slap their face on, you know, not on Oprah's body. They find like the last swimsuit cover edition model and they put their face on that body because that's what they want, right? But here's the thing. That's not the ultimate reason why they started doing what they're doing. And serving others is, while serving others is very humbling and very kind and very generous, it's not selfish enough. I know, I said the S word. And some people are like, having the money in the account, that's plenty. Actually, no, it's not. And I'll tell you why. Most people, I know you guys are seeing my palm right now. Most people want something more than just the money in the account. It's what they want to do with it. So some people will tell you, oh, because I want the car. I want the house. It's not that they want the house and the car. It's that they want the notoriety and the security of the house and the car. They want people to know. So they're looking for significance. Some people are like, because I want to be able to take care of my family. That's because they want acceptance. Some people say, you know, because I just want to be able to do what I want to do when I want to be able to do it. That's because they want simplicity, right? What you really got to know is you got to know who you are. So one of the things that we do with people is we go and we look at their triggers and we go, what are the things that trigger you, that motivate you, that make you happy? So if somebody said, well, mine is significance and treasure, then you want to make sure that you have first class tickets to wherever you go. You want to make sure that the experiences that you have are the experiences. So that's what should be on your vision board. What should be on your vision board isn't Oprah's house. It's the experiences that you want. Some people want security. They're like, I just want to know that when I retire, that every day that I wake up, I'm not trying to eat cat food. Then on your vision board should be a future of your house and the meals and the life that you want to live. In other words, you need to make sure that you understand your selfish, personal, beyond helping the world, your why. Because the reason you're putting that money in the bank account, and I mean, it's not about your kids, it's not about your significant others, it's not about your family, it's not about your friends, it's not about your clients. Move all that stuff out of the way and stand in the mirror and look at yourself and say, what in the hell do I deserve? What do I deserve for doing all of these things for everyone else? Yes, I want to help people live a life where they have financial freedom from corporate colonization. If I could only explain to you how important that is to my heart, and I mean to my heart, and part of my reason, by the way, part of it is guilt. When the 2008 crash happened, I lost people who were C-level executives that worked for companies that were friends of mine that found that they thought their life insurance policy would do a better job taking care of their family than they would. They thought that they had to have a job, that someone else had to employ them in order for them to be successful. And here I am literally sitting on a blueprint where I could have showed them how to make money even in a down economy. And I didn't. Why wasn't I close enough to them to know that they felt that they couldn't do anything else? Right? That's number one. And why didn't they know that I had this blueprint available? Like, right? So then that made me go, oh my God, I will never keep my mouth shut about it again. I will always be crystal clear that I have been endowed with this absolutely amazing gift. Not a gift that I deserve, but a gift that I have. And while I am humble about a lot of things, you know what I'm not humble about? I am not humble about the gift that I have been given. And the gift that I have been given is a blueprint and the ability to see others' potential and help them reach that potential. Every time. I am a master at talking people off the ledge and talking them into their success. I have been given that gift. Thank you. However, and I'm not humble about that. I am not humble about that at all. And I realize that what I have to do is I have to move the people out of the way that are in the way of the other people who want to get to that gift and deserve to have access to it. But I'm humble about everything else in my life. And so, yes, that gift, thank God, thank the higher power, thank the universe that I have it. Now, beyond that, what do I want? I've been given that gift. I use it the way I'm supposed to. Now, what do I want? So now I got to move all those things out of the way, and I have to look in the mirror and I have to go, so Dawnna, what do you really want? And here's the thing that I want. So if you guys ever wondered, well, Dawnna, what do you want? And if you wonder why I do what I do, why I literally coach people who are experts to be entrepreneurs, why I help them get the financial freedom from corporate colonization, because quite honestly, it's not even about it being a business. It's about being a gift that I'm required to share until the day I die. That's really what I do. So what do I really want? This is what I selfishly want. I want to live a life filled with experiences where money is not an issue towards me having those experiences. And not even to show off to other people. Quite honestly, it's not about that. It's very rare, by the way, that I go online and I show you guys the things that I do. I'm not one of those people going, look at my amazing life, right? I mean, really what I wanted to show you here, the whole point of me showing you here was because there was actually a deer walking down the stream. I'm more excited about the deer than the cabin, if you want to know the truth. I'm like, oh my God, he let me walk up to him. And there's a bunny. Okay. Anyway, I want to be able to live a life of experiences. And what does that mean? That means that if I want to go and buy a cabin in Woodstock on Friday afternoon and get in my car and drive there and go to that cabin and just enjoy that cabin for a week, that I can do it and I'm not stressed about how much money is in the bank account. If I want to get in the car and drive wherever, I can do that. If I want to go to Bangkok and stay for an extra few days so I can enjoy all the things in Bangkok that I can, I want that. But the first thing that I have to do is you first have to know what is your gift and how do you use that gift to serve. And after you use it to serve, the second thing you have to recognize is I've done the work. I'm looking in the mirror. What do I deserve and what do I want? And I mean selfishly. Not what do you want for your kids. Not what do you want for your loved ones. Not what do you want for your friends. This is what do you want for you. See, I forgot my why. Well, let me take that back. I didn't forget my why. I knew my why, but I didn't feel like I was actually going to be able to experience that why because I didn't want to do it alone. I didn't want to feel like I'm making people go with me to do things they don't want to do, because that's horrible. Because then you feel all the pressure of, now that I made you go, I got to make it awesome. I also didn't want to go do it alone, right? And I also, I wanted to be able to do these amazing things with someone who wanted to do them with me. And so it wasn't enough for me to experience them. I wanted to be able to share the experience. And so I kind of felt like I was losing that. Like I was losing. I knew what my why was, but I didn't feel like I was going to have that why. And because I didn't feel like I was going to have that why, I stopped working towards it. So what you really want to do is you want to be able to look at what your why is and then move all the things out of your way that's keeping you from reaching that why. So let me explain to you what that is. So you guys hear me talk about this all the time. Your playgrounds, your playmates, your playthings, and the way you play. If your playground is keeping you from getting to your why, then you need to move, quite honestly. If your playmates are keeping you from getting to your why, then you need to go where you have playmates that'll help you get to your why. If your playthings, maybe it's your house, maybe it's your car, maybe it's all the things that you have and you're like, I don't need all these things. If those things are keeping you anchored, then maybe you need to start getting rid of those playthings. I got to tell you, one of the playthings that I had was a ridiculous house. I had two people were living in a freaking 7,000 square foot house. We had more sofas and chairs than asses. We had more TVs than eyeballs. I was paying the air conditioned spaces and put electricity in spaces that I hadn't stepped into in months. I had a thing that was not serving me at all. So it was time to get rid of it. Right? And so sometimes your playthings are an anchor. You're spending money on the playthings, and those playthings are keeping you from the experiences that you want to get to. And sometimes it's the way you play. Maybe you're too complacent. Maybe you won't get up and go. Maybe you're just always getting up and going, always keeping yourself busy and got your schedule so booked that you don't have time for yourself to get to your why. Whatever's standing in the way of your why, you have to move that out of your way, and you have to make a decision and a date of when you are going to get, like, when you're going to move it out of your way. When I changed my mindset in regards to my why and how I was going to reach that why, I got out of my rut instantly. And I don't mean kind of instantly. It was overnight. I made a decision to do something, and then I did it, and my why got cleared up, and then I started moving full steam ahead. So that's what you want to make sure that you want to do. You want to make sure that you are getting to your why. When you can remember your goal, when you can focus on your selfish goal, as well as your giving goal, but on your selfish goal, When you can always remember, this is why I'm doing this. Whatever that is, this is why I am doing this, because I want to travel the world. I want to see the world, and I want to experience every corner of the world I possibly can. When you can remember that every day, twice on Sunday, then you will find yourself in a better position to reach your why and be more successful. So I know this is a little bit of a softer side of Dawnna, right? This isn't the tactical step-by-step stuff, but I hope that it helps you remember that, as CEO of your company, as a speaker, as a coach, as a consultant, you got to also remember that while you're serving everyone else, don't forget to serve yourself as well. Anyway, that's all I have for you guys today. Remember, my name is Dawnna St. Louis. All you got to do is go to highprofitzone.com if you're ready to turn your expertise into an entrepreneurial success story. I'll talk to you guys later. Holla.